Hello, how's it going guys? Keldor here and welcome to Teamfight Manager 2, one of my most anticipated games of the year. This is going to, let me just pull up the Steam page quick. I'll read how they describe it themselves. It is a more detailed tactics management and MOBA style gameplay team management game. Build the ultimate roster and become the greatest manager. Okay, so this game was not originally written in English. A lot of it is translated through the use of, I presume, Google Translate, so it's not perfect. I did play through the demo already. It's about an hour and a half long, so if you guys want to try it out, it is free. It's on Steam, Teamfight Manager 2. You do not need to play the first game to play this. I would actually recommend probably skipping the first game to play this when it releases. It's slated to release sometime in Q4 of this year, which we're already in, but there is no exact release date yet, so keep that in mind. The game is not out yet. It's just a demo. We're going to be starting new here. And I presume this is not how the game is going to start once you actually get the full version. We can't change any of the settings here. We're locked in with what the game has provided us with. The only thing we can choose is a team. We can't even change the team name or do any of the other stuff. Since we're in America, we're going to be choosing an American team, of which I think there's 12? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's 10. Never mind. There's 10. Interesting number, I say. Who do we want to play as? Each team has different players. I'm assuming some of these teams have like really good players, relatively speaking. When you hover over the characters, you can see all their different stats. Now, I'm not sure what all of the stats mean, but for this particular game that we are managing, we'll just choose Pixel Rangers. It's essentially a MOBA similar to that of like League of Legends or Dota 2 or Smite. I'm not gonna be, this is all gonna fade before I have a chance to actually read it all, but it's the introduction to the game here. I don't have the option to not skip it. It just fades away on its own. So let's hop in here, shall we? A very familiar map to those of you that have played MOBAs in the past. I'm not a huge League of Legends guy, but I have played some League of Legends back before my carpal tunnel kicked my ass while attempting to play. Top lane main, I played Garen, I played Darius, I played Mordekaiser, all bruisers. That's what I enjoyed. This was like 5 years ago, maybe not that long, but anyway, let's hop back into the game. Hello, congratulations on your appointment as the new coach of a Teamfight Arena 2 professional team. I am Cloud, responsible for overseeing your coach training process. Nice to meet you. I've heard you're worried about not having enough knowledge for Teamfight Arena 2, but there's no need to worry at all. Since the game was released recently, very few people truly understand it. Other team coaches are in a similar situation. Okay, so I like the concept of the game being new. In the previous game, in Teamfight Manager 1, I mean, I guess it was just called Teamfight Manager. They probably didn't even plan on releasing a second one. Regardless, though, in Teamfight Manager 1, the game that you kind of role-played the coach for, it was a game that's been around for a long time, and you kind of fell into the seat of going from pro player to coach. But in this game, it looks like we're starting from the very beginning, which I like a lot. Once you complete my training process, you'll be fully capable of performing your coaching duties. Before anything else, I'd like to briefly explain how Teamfight Arena 2 works. Do you see the two buildings at the end of the map? I do now. Thanks for showing them. Okay. I'm not sure what these are called in League of Legends, but in this game they're called relics. These buildings are called relics. Teamfight Arena 2 is a game where 2 teams of 5 players competes, and the team that destroys the enemy relic first wins. Now, for those of you that have never played a game like League of Legends or Dota, essentially high-level overview of how these games work. There's what is known as bot lane, which is typically 2 people, usually like a support and a carry. Mid lane, there's also a jungler, which goes between the lanes and kind of kills things that are in this jungle area between the lanes. And then top lane is usually just one dude just kicking ass. That's me. That's me. These buildings are called, I already read this, let's skip through. In the game, each player of the team plays a champion with unique characteristics. Teamfight Arena 2 has a wide variety of champions, but there are too many to explain all at once, so I'll go over different champions step by step later. For now, let's understand the game by observing cases where the most basic champions are played. Okay, so we're just gonna be spectating how this game works with only 2 versus 2. Normally it's 5 versus 5, but we've got 2v2 here. 2 additional players have been added to each team. These 2 players will now move along the bottom lane of the map to fight enemies. This bottom lane is called bottom lane. Wow. Very, very easy. And we can see the name of the other lanes here. Take a look at the players moving along the bottom lane, and here they go. They've got their minions spawning, and they're following through here. A lot of the characters, if you have played Teamfight Manager 1, you will recognize, but they also added a lot more champions to the game. Very exciting. Separate from the champions, the small units that spawn, minions, champions can earn money by defeating minions and use it to buy items to become stronger. Also, each lane has one tower. In the early phase of the game, each player aims to defeat as many minions as possible, harass the enemy champions, and destroy the opponent's tower first. This phase is called the lane phase. Let's watch to see how both teams conduct their lane phase. Alright, let's see. Keep in mind, guys, in this universe, it is a new game. They're not going to be playing optimally, okay? I'm sure one day they will be, but, alright, we've got, I think I remember some of these characters' names. I think this is the Brawler. This, I think, is the Warrior. If you can see my mouse, Ice Mage, and I think this is literally just called Archer. So they don't have any cool names like they do in League, but, hey, look at that. It looks like a red team is getting a pretty strong lead here. You now have a rough idea of how the game flows, right? Players fight like this to dominate their opponents, destroy towers, and ultimately aim to destroy the relic. As a coach, you won't directly control the champions, so just mastering the basic game rules is enough. Understanding how the match unfolds by watching is sufficient. With this, you should be able to understand the game by watching. So, let's learn about the important role of a coach. Ban pick. Follow me. So at the start of every game, we are going to be entering the ban pick phase. We're the blue team in this scenario, so we're going to be going first. I can skip through some of this stuff. I've already gone through the demo, so I get the main thing. But if you guys want to pause and read this text, be my guest. All right, since we are the blue team, we get to ban first, and you'll see these little thumbs up and thumbs down. That means one of the 4 players in this lobby either has a preference or a dislike for that character. We can hover over the enemies, and at the bottom of their player card, you'll see preferred champions and non-preferred champions. I'm not actually sure what non-preferred champions means. I don't know if that means they suck with using them or if they suck against them. Regardless, though, preferred champions is pretty obvious. That's who they like to use. So in this case, maybe we ban something that looked pretty strong in the example. Let's ban the warrior. Or it's called a swordsman, not a warrior. My bad. We'll ban the swordsman. Well done. After you ban, the opposing team will proceed with their ban phase. There we go. They ban the fighter, and now we get the first choice of which champion we would like. And you are able to swap characters, so you don't necessarily have to choose a character for your first guy here. We could also look at Boogie, see what we're rocking with. It looks like he is good with the Ice Mage, though. What's his name? ADD. I'm assuming a lot of these characters are named after pro players in different games. So we'll take the Ice Mage just because my guy is good with that. Well done. Now the opposing team will pick something, and then we'll be able to counter pick here if we're able to. And what are you good with? Unfortunately, the champs you're good with are not actually in this rotation yet. So what do we think would go good with an Ice Mage? We definitely need something to do damage. I don't know if the Ice Mage really does that much damage. It has a pretty low attack damage, pretty high ability power, moderate health. Yeah, you can see all the stats there on the bottom left. On the bottom right are their abilities, their cooldowns on those abilities. Ice Mage. What do we want to send out with an Ice Mage? Maybe we'll take the Archer. Oh, no, he doesn't like the Archer. Oh, shit. Okay, we'll take the Knight. We'll take the Knight. That's fine. The champions for both teams are now selected. We will now proceed to the swap phase. So we can swap the champions if we wish to. I probably should have read some of this, but just pause and read it if you guys need to. Yeah, you're able to just click them and switch if needed. You could delegate the switches to the coaching if you have 5, for example, and you don't feel like doing it yourself. Press this button. The game does it automatically for you for what it thinks is optimal, I presume. And there we go. We confirmed the swap, and now we're in the game. And this is what the game looks like. We just watch our players play and hope they win. We have a few things to mess around with here, some of which we aren't going to be able to see much of. But yeah, there's like different screens here. We can see who's dealing the most damage, who's earning the most gold, who's getting the most healing, etc., etc. Match info here. If you press this button, it just ends the game automatically, and you see who won. I prefer actually watching the game in most cases. You could go full screen here. You still have access to a lot of information on the screen. There's different visions here. If we're watching the blue team, maybe we only want to see their field of view or their view here, and everything else will be a fog of war. Hey, they just got some kills. Very nice. We could also just watch from full vision, which I prefer, I think. See what everybody sees. There's some speed up options, obviously, if maybe the 1x is too slow for you guys. There's also a 3x, which admittedly is a bit chaotic. And then there's also a highlight. There's a highlight mode here, which will actually zoom out to see the full map, and then it zooms in automatically anytime something exciting is happening, like a player getting killed or a tower getting taken down, and then it'll just fast forward through all the unimportant stuff. And then as soon as something else exciting is going to happen, we'll get another zoom in view, which I'm assuming is coming here soon. Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Oh no, is the blue team about to get destroyed? We're actually about to lose, guys. Oh yeah, look at that. The enemy team minions just destroyed our tower. We did not have enough minion clear, unfortunately. And at the end of the match, we can see which team had the most gold throughout the match here, and then we can see when we fell off and when the enemy team took over. Detailed statistics, we can see who's kicking butt, who's doing what, KDAs of the different players. Over here we can see the ratings. It's on a scale from 0 to 10, I presume. 7.4, 7.2. So we had some pretty decent ratings here. Unfortunately, still lost though. And Puff got the MVP because they did win the match and they had the highest rating of their respective teammates. So let's proceed here. How was your first ban/pick phase? You might still feel a bit unsure, but with a few more practices, you'll get a hang of it quickly. Here, you can perform actions to manage your team outside of the matches, and this is mostly going to be our job as a coach, of course. There are many functions, but try to cover everything at once would be overwhelming, so let's learn them step by step. Let's start with the most important feature, the inbox. Select the inbox at the top left, and we've got mail. So read number 1 here. Welcome to your new role as coach of the Pixel Rangers. Hell yeah. You can now freely recruit players from today until 2/24. Unfortunately, the recruiting page is blocked for us here in the demo, but hey, if it wasn't the demo, we'd be able to recruit. And here we are. 2 new champions have been added to the game. So now we have the Ninja and the Magic Knight. Fantastic. And we can proceed to, champ info. We can take a look at the new characters if we wish. Take a look at their stats. Just so you guys know, I'm pretty sure this is how the first game worked. So I'm imagining it's going to work this way as well. Whenever you start a run, it's not going to be the exact same as everyone else's runs. If you and I started a game simultaneously, my fighter, for example, let's just look at the fighter stats. Attack damage 100, health 1000, ability power 0. Someone else might start the game and their fighter might have attack damage 80, health 1200. You know, there's some caveats in how the game's going to look for you guys. Also, interesting to add, there will be quote unquote balance patches that are part of the game. So some, maybe after like a major tournament, a certain character might get nerfed. Keeps the game interesting, keeps you on your toes, so you can't just continuously spam the most broken combo over and over. Let's proceed here. It's the second ban pick match phase. Based on your memory of previous practice, try completing the ban pick process from start to finish. Sure. So let's see what they're good with. They're good with the Ninja and some characters we don't have unlocked yet. The Pyromancer. I really want to try the Ninja. If we do try the Ninja though, we're gonna have to snipe it first. Let's ban the Swordsman. This guy has a really high attack damage. It's at 180 with a very high attack speed as well. 1.0. Yeah. Ban the Swordsman. They ban the Magic Knight. Let's take the Ninja. I know we don't have anyone that prefers the Ninja, but that's okay. Ninja plus who? Ninja plus Knight? Maybe? I don't know if the Knight's that good. We used the Knight last time and it seemed pretty bad, but that's fine. And now we have a new screen, which was not here on the last map, which I'm excited to show you guys because this is really cool. Now let's learn about tactic settings. Before a match begins, you can set tactics based on your team's composition and the game's direction. Read the description of each tactic carefully and choose one that suits your composition and the opponent's. So this screen will get more detailed in the future once we have 5v5, but since we only have 2 players, let's click on one of the players here and we can choose how we want them to play. We want Buggy here to play passively. They're playing a Knight. We don't want them to be too aggressive, and we want them to be a frontliner, as they are fairly tanky. Then we have our guy playing the Ninja here. Maybe we want them to be a little more aggressive. It's a Ninja. Select Assassin. In teamfight situations, maintain a position as hidden as possible from the enemy and focus on targeting vulnerable enemies. I think that's perfect for the Ninja, honestly. He's not playing jungle, but I feel like this is the type of character that can really pop off with a setup like this. So let's hop into the match here. We'll immediately go to the full screen view and we'll leave it on 2x for now. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. And depending on the enemies you're versing, obviously you're probably going to want to do different setups. Oh god, wait, we're getting cooked. Hold on. Is the fighter broken? I think the Knight is just bad. That might be our problem. We're getting out leveled already. Look at this. The archer's level 4 and the fighter's level 3. I think both of our guys are level 1. They're already returning back and buying items. We could hover over which items they're buying and see what they do. So this one gives armor plus 90 on basic attack hit. Reduce enemies attack speed by 20% for 1 second. This guy's got a spear. Attack speed plus 30%. Basic attack. Enemy max HP ratio damage plus 7%. Yeah, that's insane. All right, so we can take notes as we play these matches as well, especially since we're in a tutorial and we're just learning what characters are good. It seems like both of the characters that the enemy chose pretty solid. I had a feeling the fighter would be good, so that's interesting to note. We'll attempt to use the fighter in the future. And these matches are a lot quicker when it's only a 2 versus 2. When we have 5 players on the board, they can go much longer. In my tutorial, my previous run of the demo, I had a match go on for like 10 minutes, but I was on 2x, so it wasn't too bad. Well done. It seems you're now familiar with how matches unfold in the band pick process. Let's check your team's roster. Select the roster tab. Here you can see your team's composition and the detailed stats of each player. Take your time to review them, and once you're ready, press proceed. You can hover over this little icon near their name, see all of their stats here. So this guy's pretty statted out. Now, I don't know if there's a max on what a stat can reach, but it's not looking like anything is above 100. So maybe 100 is the max. I don't know for sure. We'll have to experiment once the game is actually released and we can start doing stuff like that. But that's nice. That's nice. We got a lot of players here. Let's proceed. 2 new characters added to the game: Executioner, Berserker. Very nice. Now that you've checked the roster, let's select the player who will start the match. Okay, let's delegate it to Coach. Let Coach choose who's going, and we'll just continue on. We get first choice again. So you know what? We're going to actually try to take the fighter this time. We'll ban the archer, but I definitely want to take the fighter. So we'll take the fighter. And then for support, maybe we'll try the swordsman. I mean, that sounds like an awful idea, but you know what? Alternatively, I would have liked to take the executioner, actually. I forgot that we had someone with a preference for it. It has like a grappling hook. Think of Blitzcrank. It hooks the enemy and pulls them toward them. Pretty strong, I think. Very bulky as well. Damn, that's sad. How's this character looking? I don't think this character really fits the role of support. We'll just suck it up and take the... what are we gonna take? Maybe the Pyromancer? What does this one do? Oh, this one heals. Okay, you know what? We'll take the Pythoness. Probably butchering the pronunciation. But that's okay, that's okay. And let's put both of our guys on aggressive. So we want him on frontline aggressive, and we'll put you on backline aggressive, and just see how it goes. Obviously, we're not trying to win here in the demo. We're just trying to have fun and see how things work. Let's go to 2x here and see how it goes. Red team playing very slow here. Show me the big damage. Oh, they're using the dude. Oh, are we getting cooked already? Am I not gonna win a single match in this video? We might have won the first one. I don't remember. The tower is also doing a lot of damage. Oh, the tower just saved our asses there. We were definitely losing that. But now our guys teleported back. They got their first items. So did the enemy, but ours are upgraded, it appears. Got a nice ability power upgrade, which should also scale our healing. Oh my god! Ad is going crazy. Another interesting thing to note is that you could also roleplay as a caster while watching these matches if you wanted to. We've got Boogie and ADD trying to lurk up here on the enemy tower, going for a punch here. Magic Knight half HP, still making a push for it. Can they get the kill, ladies and gentlemen? Kish going for the final hit here on the brawler and getting the double kill. The red team finally looking like they might have a chance in this match. Is that a little too cringe? Maybe. I'm having fun, okay? And you know what? It's a single player game, so you guys can have fun too. Oh, actually, hold on. This game should have multiplayer as well. Obviously, the demo doesn't, but the first game did have multiplayer, so keep that in mind. You might potentially... Oh, we're so cooked. Wait, we saved it! Oh my god. I mean, we're gonna die to the minions though, right? Yeah. We tried. We tried. But the first game did have multiplayer. You could set up lobbies and have your friends take on the position of coaches for other teams and go head to head until the final championship. Good fun, honestly. Especially if you can get like I don't know, a 10-player lobby going. That'd be a lot of fun, man. Let's take a look at the rankings tab. The rankings tab allows you to check in for, yeah, all of this is not going to show anything yet because it's literally the first season of the game. But here's where you would be able to see how many matches each team has played, their different statistics, etc, etc. I'm not sure why it's making us look at it here. Lancer and Ogre. I want to end on a win. Oh, we're adding the mid lane here, so maybe our mid laner will be able to do something for us. Select a champion to ban. What are you losers good at? You know what? Let's ban the fighter. Clearly, it wasn't working out for us. Hey, they banned the Magic Knight. The Magic Knight. Very nice. What else do we want to ban? I don't want to ban the Executioner. I'm really thinking of taking that. Maybe we ban the Soldier. No, our guy is good with the Soldier. Maybe we don't ban that. Hold on. What's the enemy team good with? Are they good with the Ice Mage? Ace is good with it. Let's ban the Ice Mage. And we get first. No, they banned the Executioner. That's unfortunate. That's okay. For our mid laner, let's take the Soldier. And now they get two choices. They took two really good champions, unfortunately. We're probably cooked here. Maybe we'll try a nice defensive play style. How's the Lancer looking? Good damage, good HP. Maybe we'll try the Lancer with the Monk? Monk for support. It's got some healing and it's extremely bulky. Sure. Sure. Confirm. Now we can change up the playstyle here. Let's make our mid player aggressive backline. And then what are they going to focus on? Whenever they're winning their lane, do we want them to pressure the lane or do we want them to intervene in the other lane? Let's make them intervene in the other lanes. That sounds like fun. And for these guys, we'll make them a little more passive. Keep them pressuring their own lane. Passive. Front line. What's the other one at? Mid. We'll do mid line. There we go. Okay, I'm liking this. Let's end on a win. I don't plan on going through the entire hour and a half demo here, but if you guys want to try the game out yourselves, highly recommend it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Let's go on to 2x speed here, see what the squad does. Okay. We have two Rangers in the mid lane. Oh god, the enemy team's already lurking up. Uh-oh. I do not like how it keeps on swapping on its own. Can we select a player and just stay on with this player? Okay, it appears we can do that. We click on the player and then the camera follows them. So let's follow our mid laner here. Oh, they're almost dead. They're coming in to do some damage, but not enough. They're not able to get a good gank going. And they're actually immediately going to bot lane. They're not even trying to go back up top. Oh my god, wait, this player might be crazy. Never mind. They didn't dedicate. They were scared. Rightfully so, perhaps. Rightfully so. I want to see some big damage. The Archer is playing very passively as well, unfortunately. Oh, that was some big damage, though. If they followed through on that, maybe that was a kill. At least they're getting the return, so some damage is going to go on that bottom tower, or that mid tower. Ooh, good kills. Oh, what a gank! That's what we like to see, folks. Malarank. No, damn. Imagine if they just recalled instead of trying to go up and fight the Archer. That would have been the perfect play. So far, the blue team is winning in Econ. You can compare the Econ and the kill total on the top of the screen here. You could also see, ooh, yikes, something just happened. You could see the gold totals and which team is winning in the gold department. And so far, it's the red team. They must have just hit, yeah, they just took down a tower. That's why. Okay. Oh. No, don't die, Malarang. We need you to win. We can't end on another loss, can we? We're ending on another loss. That's unfortunate. Hey, at least we tried, though. At least we tried. That's fine. But yeah, definitely when this game comes out, I'm gonna want to be trying a whole lot more of it because so far I'm impressed. I've been enjoying it a lot. But yeah, if you guys want to try it out, I'll try to remember to link it down below, either in the description or in the comments. Check the pins. And what do you guys think of this game? Are you excited to try it out? If there's anyone that's like super interested, maybe if you're in the Discord server, we can try and get a lobby of 8 players going at some point. I know that's probably a bit unreasonable to expect to get that many people together, but the multiplayer is going to be fun. Can we go back to the main menu? There we go. But yeah, this has been Teamfight Manager 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy the game. It's a demo. It's free. Why not try it out? Catch you guys later. Peace.